AskReddit by Malakane25. What is the worst thing about being skinny? It's so easy to hit your pelvic bone on the side in two things, and it hurts so much. I'm having phantom hip bone pain just reading this. People feel the need to just fucking pick you up all the time. Put me down. I don't care how strong you are. Oh god. Hearing that drunken bet I could lift her with one arm behind you at the pub, then suddenly finding yourself hoisted into the air by a complete fucking stranger. My partner and I are both skinny. When we are intimate it often happens that it's just bone on bone, which is not comfortable. Like this morning we were spooning. I was the little spoon. And he had his arm resting on my hip. That's all it takes. There is just no soft cushion between us. My wife and I got a giant dinosaur pillow to put between us for this reason. His name is T-Rest. People noticing every fluctuation in weight. I had the opposite problem back when I was skinny. I'd say something about putting on weight and someone would have to say, but you're so skinny. Yeah fucker, I know I'm skinny, but if I gain 10 pounds none of my fucking pants fit. Lap isn't as comfy for a dog to sit on. Okay, this is the saddest. Finding pants that fit. That, as a long-legged, skinny guy, it is horrible. Either the pants fit around my waist, that means they are way too short, or they are the right length, which means they don't fit around my waist, or they are loose, forcing me to wear a belt and adjusting it several times a day. People assuming you have an eating disorder. Back when I was in school, my mom and dad took me and my brother out for an all-you-can-eat buffet. Everything was good and merry family time was enjoyed, until I came back from the toilet. I must have took longer than usual cause when I got back it was silent among the family. I sit and my brother looks me square in the eyes and asked if I just went to throw up, like no I fucking didn't. Made me feel like the wild thing was set up as some sort of intervention. I'm just skinny. Sorry I guess. As someone who was underweight in my childhood up to my early 20s, and suddenly obese in my 30s. It doesn't matter what weight you are, people will always have something to say about it. But one thing I hated about being skinny, was always being the one to have to sit in the middle seat in the car. I've been 100 pounds and 200 pounds. This is accurate. Someone always has some shit to say. It's easier to be tossed around in a fight. I remember after I lost 115 pounds, I went to break up a fight thinking it would be the same as before. I grabbed one person and leaned back. Normally that would be enough to anchor them down. But this time I got yanked and pulled to the floor like a rag doll. For reference, I used to be a bouncer for 5 years and broke up fights all the time. Never realized the extra fat gave me so much of an advantage till I didn't have it anymore. Going to an amusement park and realizing that no one else thinks the seats on the rides are too hard, I was in pain. Gonna add on feeling like you're gonna slip out lol. Sometimes even just sitting hurts because there's not enough fat to cushion the bones and they press directly on the nerves. I sit pretty crooked for this reason. Almost more on my back than ass, because it's way more comfortable for my ass. You cannot do a very splashy cannonball into the pool. I'm not very buoyant. The worst part of being skinny for me was no one actually looking into why I was skinny and just throwing the anorexic label on me, threatening to shove tubes into me if I didn't just simply eat more, even though eating more would usually just worsen the agony and nausea I got from eating. I am diagnosed with Crohn's disease these days, and that was back when it was at its absolute worst. I've been skinny since I was a kid. Got it from my dad. My relatives aren't, and they would point out how different I am. Like the one I hated the most is like every time they'd touch me, they'd pretend to be hurt like how you're skin and bones and laugh, pushing me around. Every time I eat, they'd make it such a big thing. Like how shocked they are that I eat and it just makes me lose my appetite. They have so much fun making fun of me. Not being able to sit on hard surfaces for any length of time. I've always wondered what it feels like to sit down for people with big asses. Like, does it start to hurt like us folks with no booty? People telling me that I look hungry. You look full. The bracelets and watches never fit. My dad always gives me good watches and I love them, but I never wear them because of this. They make me look skinnier. Pants never stay up. That's a fat person problem too actually. Maybe we all just need to embrace suspenders. Women say, oh, you're so skinny and you feel weak. I haven't told my weight to my partners in years. When they realize they weigh about as much as I do, it makes them self-conscious. At least, that's what happened to 2 previous GFs, so now I just avoid it. Cold. Always cold. People assuming that you must be healthy because you are skinny, leading you to cruise on through with all those unhealthy eating habits until you hit your 30s and then whoops, you're not skinny anymore and you can't manage it so well. Source: me. I started trying to maintain a healthier relationship with food earlier on in my 20s cause I was very aware of what could happen as I got older. Thanks for a peek into the future, mum. Was very frustrating when colleagues would bring cakes and biscuits into work, and when I didn't eat any of it, they'd be like, you can afford to have one Q pointed look at my waist. Like, dude, I know. I eat like a normal person, I just don't want to keep stuffing my face with sugar every lunchtime. I've seen my future. As a man, when I was too lean, I felt like other men didn't really respect me and some would even try to intimidate me. I went from 150 pounds at 20 to around 190 pounds in my 30s after years of gym, chicken, and beer. Now I feel men will move out of the way more in the street and treat me normally. Less bullshit getting one over on me. This one hits me hard. I'm 21, height 6 feet 3 and about 140 pounds. I shit you not, every time I go out with the guys to pubs, clubs etc. If a random stranger is gonna start a fight or just throw an insult, it's always at me, all the time. Which is weird because I may see a pretty nice person who keeps to themselves. Maybe I do need to start bulking up. Edit. Thanks for taking time out of your lives to give me advice and share your experiences, gents. I appreciate it. Update 1. I've been working out since this comment and also gaining weight. I now weigh 145 pounds. As 6 feet 5 feet person that was and still is a bit skinny. Clothes do not fit nicely. Not enough muscles, hard to gain them as well. Not the strongest. Insecurity that comes with being different, hard to feel confident if you are nowhere near the ideal body type. I am tall, so not so much, but short skinny person might be easily disrespected. Annoying comments. I am a short skinny person, can confirm that point. Clothes never fit well. Whenever the length is good, the width is too much. Whenever the width is good, it's too short. Especially bad if you're also tall. People assuming I do drugs. I grew up not having great teeth at all. So bad teeth mixed with being skinny equals constant assumptions I'm an addict. I've had this assumption a few times, mostly in the winter, because of how I dress. I'm cold and like to be comfortable, and have never been one to spend much on clothes. I'm also pale as a ghost, haven't had a haircut in years and often look tired. It didn't click why some people had made weird comments like they assumed I was homeless or something until I was walking up the road past supported housing and saw one of the local junkies and it dawned on me, holy shit, that's how I look. You know when you lay down on your bed, ready to relax and sleep? Well, unless I lay correctly my ribs will start aching, and my hips might too. When I'm lying on my side, I can't put both knees in the same spot. The bone-on-bone sensation is really unpleasant. People can body shame you and you're supposed to take it as a compliment. Bosses, co-workers, friends, sometimes girlfriends, family, customer service workers, teachers, every one of these people have felt it was fine to comment on my body, how skinny I am. Harder to maintain body temperature. I get cold way too easily, need to wear thicker clothes than my friends. Damn. Kills me on dates. I go to hold a girl's hand before realizing my hand is cold enough to give frostbite on account of no insulating body fat anywhere. My body is a greenhouse. She wants to rest her head on my shoulder. Good luck, you'll poke your eye out. Doorknobs. Why, you ask? Well, I'm skinny and tall. Doorknobs are precisely hip height for me. Every so often I'll hit the knob with my hip bone. No fat or anything to protect it. It's like someone kicking your shins, but this is self-inflicted. Oh my god, the amount of times this has happened to me, not with just doorknobs but handles and protruding shelves too. I end up hitting my hip bone or my ribs too often and get hurt. Deleted. My doctor was stern with me my last physical. I am 5'0" and at the time weighed 98 pounds. She said you need to eat more and exercise or your little bird bones will snap in 20 years. I liked her, I wish she didn't move. She was a real one. As a woman, you can't talk about your body issues. Other women will assume you are bragging or trying to make them feel bad. Recently, I lost some weight and I've been skinny to begin with. Always found it hard to gain weight. Pair that with being nauseous a lot because of the medication I have to take. I just struggle with appetite, forgetting to eat and simply not gaining weight. Telling people that I lost weight, have no appetite and can't regain the weight has ended in ooh, I wish I had your problems so much that I don't bring it up anymore. Because, no, you don't want everything you eat to taste and feel like garbage in your mouth. You don't want to look at the food you just made and think wish I could eat that, but you just can't bring yourself to because the thought alone makes you feel sick. And as much as I can understand that people maybe don't relate or have the opposite problem, just show some empathy.